insane in the membrane since them days where we raved for 3 days and 4 nights and took them red-eye flights. Got straight off the plane and through the back door of the place. Then I head on stage, they were like, see the crowd going, they were like.
Legends on 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Please, please don't. Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that with me. Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Hey, go that, go that.
And they even got enough change in the meter. Double part looking like Bane in the beater. Her friend keep helping detangle the weave. Only jump in the front seat to play with the speakers. Let them mic blast, stretch my bands. Plus when I stop at my customized fans. Plus like fresh like plus I got them up. Plus size 10 of every truck. I hop out the roof. Yeah, dime on my left wrist and she got the flu. Yeah, watch look like Chex Mix is supposed to be blue. She know it's 2 seats, so she leave her best friends. Bust out my dad face, your chain is a neck.
Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Please, please don't go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that with me. Left wrist.
It's week 8 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see the dynamic Alvin Kamara. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Saints and the Rams, and it's coming up next.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Right to the air is Carr. And his first pass is incomplete. You talk about this Rams defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Carr now on first down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
On second down, here's Carr. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Aaron Donald. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
And he'll get this to the 32. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's second down. Now Carr. And this is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Carr. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Touchdown, Saints! Noah Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Groupie able to add the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. First run now for Kyron Williams. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The Rams at 0-7, winless to start the year. And they come in at just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
Give him 32 on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They try the left side here with Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this Saints defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop. Held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defense coordinator told you and I. They got to be consistent.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Try to find Cup, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 35.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Got him in, it's Brown. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
What now?
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. They work now on 2nd and 9. As they've got it as we resume action. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
And they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Rolling to his right. That's caught. Puka Nacua. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready?
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back to throw again. He'll get this out well to Eckler. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And Austin Eckler capped it off with the touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Carr. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This is fielded at the 27. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. L.A. set to take over again on offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
And this will be caught at the 30. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler as the first half is winding down. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Rams to take over. They lost 7 in a row coming into this ball game, but lo and behold, they have the lead here as this drive begins, 1st and 10. Crossing route incomplete. He's got Pitts. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. They give it to Williams, running right to the 43, 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd down and 6 now. They'll look to throw. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home as a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. After the pick six, they go right back to the air, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. They'll set up to throw. His throw incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good, even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense. They actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. Couple touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well, I think Lady Luck was on his side.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returnable here for Callaway. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up first and 10. From the 33, here's a second down and 4. Card out a throw. He's got Thomas yet again complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. This one taken in by Alado. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. Second and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes a flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty. Saunders drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up fourth down.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he's able to get it out of there. Now Callaway on the return. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, first and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. They were 3-point winners a week ago. They lead by 3 here as well as they start first and 10. And ultimately this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal. You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain. The Carr's throw complete there to Johnson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up
False
front.
start, offense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Well, a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. 2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to extend their lead. The point after, good by Groupie. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is swung out to Eckler. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now it's 3rd and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll try and throw for it here. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Rams 1st down as they'll wind up getting the yards they needed on 4th and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. 2nd and 6. And he fires one incomplete.
Now, with a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw his Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And the Rams now coming. Defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
A 10th carry for Kamara. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. Tackle there by Nick Cross. 2nd and 9. Thomas goes in motion left. 2nd down, and it's Kamara again. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Stafford and the Rams come up, 1st and 10 at their own 18. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
Intentional grounding, offense.
And they'll accept that penalty. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From his own goal line, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play there for L.A. 59 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Flushed out right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. In his own end zone, it's Carr. Downfield, and he's got Olave. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44-yard.
Seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Groupie able to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Throwing is Stafford. He's got it. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. This is caught. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand to Kamara. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
Go get him now.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Taken right on the 30. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Stafford. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles.
In peace, I'm really just getting started. You've only witnessed the tease. 10,000 steps ahead as I choke on it. 2017 was my moment of truth. I was a year away from not being known as a youth. Approaching manhood, peach fuzz covered my chin. Even then